What's going on? Average Tech Guy here, and today we are back. More tech, more reviews. And as you know, I love smart gadgets. Anything tech related, I love it, especially smart home devices that help out with chores around the home. I love them, can't get enough of them. And if you've been here before, you know that I love yeedi devices. Well, today is no different. We have a brand new yeedi in the house, and I've owned about 3 of them as of right now. And this one probably has to be my favorite. It mops, it vacuums, and it basically cleans itself. So let's talk.
Some of the old songs.
So today we know what yeedi vacuums do. They clean up, right? Some of them mop and some of them vacuum. But this one is a very special model, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. And I really want to focus on some of the main key points about this specific model, the Yeedi Cube. Point number 1, it mops. If you have any hardwood, tile, anything other than carpet in your home, this is gonna help. Now, this is by far probably one of the biggest water tanks that I've ever seen on a device. This water tank can actually hold about 1 liter of fluid, and you want to always fill this up with a purified water or distilled water. You don't really want to use tap water, and this is coming directly from Yeedi's manual. Purified, distilled. That's why I typically fill it up right from the fridge. I just take the pitcher out the fridge, pour it in, and we're good to go. And it also has a feature called sonic mopping. Now, you may not see this anywhere, but the sonic mopping is gonna actually scrub your floor at least 2,500 times per minute. And that is incredible. And if you see the pad before and after, you gotta say, yeah, it does. And if you even see the water before and after, I put brand new clean water in there, and with the easy empty tank, you just take the top off, dump that water out in the sink or in the toilet. I prefer in the toilet, flush it right down, and then you are good to go. No worries, no mess for you to clean, and it even will dry itself. Because I heard this thing downstairs one night just kind of humming, and I had to go look in the manual to see what was going on. So it actually dries that pad at about 104 degrees over a period of time, and you can set this time schedule through the Yeedi app. It either does it for 3 hours or 5 hours, but it will dry that mop so you don't get that mildewy old water smell in the house that nobody really wants. That old mop water smell, that sour. Yeah, you don't want that. This thing actually dries itself, so you don't have to worry about having that smell in your home. And you may be saying to yourself, if it mops and if it vacuums, how does it know the difference in between your floors? Well, quite simple. When it runs into some carpet, it lifts up the actual mop head about 8 millimeters, and it's gonna go on your carpet, vacuum, and when it comes back off, it lets it right back down and starts back vacuuming again. And I really couldn't believe it. I had to get right down at eye level with the floor and just watch it several times go back and forth from carpet to hardwood, and it really lifts it up. Now, it's kind of hard to see it at first, but you will see it lift up some in there, but you can't really beat it. This thing is so smart, it can tell the difference between your carpet as well as your hardwood. And then even in your application, you can set it to where it won't even touch carpet. So that's something good if you really just wanna focus on those hardwood floors, scrub them real clean, empty it out, clean itself, dump that water out, and you're done. So now that we talked about the mopping portion, because that is probably my most loved aspect of it, the fact that it can mop and it can tell the difference between carpet and hardwood flooring, that is probably my favorite part. But I do have kids and I have a dog. Needless to say, I do have grass and pet hair and things that kind of get on the floor from time to time. And the dual action brushes on here are perfect. They're always spinning at every time they hit the corners. You really don't have to worry too much about them because they are going to pick up everything in their path. It gets up all kinds of debris, from dust to dirt to pet hair to even cereal. Maybe if you drop cereal on the floor, it gets all of that up and you really don't have to worry about it. And did I mention this thing does spot cleaning? So if you just waste something on the floor, you can pick it up with the soft grip handle, take it directly to that area, just let it mop around, does its own spot cleaning, and then you're good. So it really takes the fuss out of having to go around the house and put mop water in a bucket and get a mop and get your hands nasty and clean it up and then pour that water outside or in the toilet or wherever you want to pour it at. But it just takes the hassle out of all those things and it does the job for you. And speaking of that soft grip handle, you can actually take this yeedi around the house. Like if you want to take it upstairs to your second level, which I actually have one on my second level, so I don't really have a need to. But if I wanted to take it up there just to clean, let's say my YouTube studio, I take it upstairs, drop it down, let it run in that room. It will actually give a secondary map for that area. And once you go into the application, you'll be able to see that on that second floor as well. And then speaking of that app, that is probably one of my second best. Like the mopping is my first best application, second best. And the reason being is because you set everything in the app. Everything from your time of cleaning to what room it can go in and what it can't go in, from the mopping versus vacuuming versus carpet versus hardwood versus medium suction to a heavy suction. Like you can basically customize this device per room, per floor, wherever you are. And then when you're done, just pick it up, bring it back down, let it go into its base by pressing the home button. It empties itself. Now that is like one of the other best perks is you don't have to go in and empty a bin out. Typically you'll open the bag, you'll look in there, you'll get the dust and dirt out, you'll empty that out. That's typically what happens. But this one, as soon as it plugs itself up to its home base, you'll hear that powerful suction. And if you check in that bag, all the debris and everything is in there. So this device is a self-contained mop, a self-contained vacuum cleaner. It empties itself of its own dirt. It empties itself from its own water, and it cleans itself with the high heat temperature and the scrubbing pad. You really can't ask for much more. All you do is do your little maintenance every few months or so, and you empty that water out in that bag out on a regular basis, and you're good to go. So I'm gonna drop a link below so you can check this device out for yourself. It's helped me and my family out a lot just because now I don't have to do those things. Now this isn't a replacement for like super deep cleaning. Like if you need to clean, scrub baseboards and things like that in your home, you're gonna have to get on your knees and do that ever so often. But as far as keeping the corners, keeping your carpets clean, keeping all that stuff pristine, this is the way to go. I typically run the mop feature once a week. I vacuum like every other day because like I said, I got kids and a pet, but this thing really works. So hopefully this has been able to help someone out. And until next time, be sure and give me that big thumbs up and please subscribe. Average Tech Guy out. Peace.